My name is Karama Kumerli. I'm the co-founder of Doctors Against Genocide. I'm a pediatric neurologist. I'm here in DC in front of all these media outlets. And we are here in DC meeting with our elected officials. It is winter. We are very concerned as medical professionals because the tents in Gaza are tattered, they are broken, they are not holding the children and the civilians in Gaza from the cold. We are asking for aid to be let in. Only a small fraction of aid is being allowed in Gaza, even though there is a supposedly ceasefire. While there is a ceasefire, the people are still suffering from hunger, they are still suffering from the cold. In the West Bank, the violence by the settlers has escalated many folds. We are extremely concerned. We are concerned that our time is very violent. There are raging genocides everywhere in the world. There is al-Fashir, and that's why we are here to bring attention to what's happening in Sudan. We are here to bring attention to what's happening in Congo. A lot of women are being sexually violated. I'm going to let my colleagues also fill you in on a lot more details. Thank you.
I'm John Ruhr. I live here in Maryland. I'm a retired emergency physician. And I'm just here to appeal to anybody who sees this, especially my fellow Americans, but anybody in the world, to look at what's going on in the Middle East, in Gaza in particular, and now so many other places, Sudan, the West Bank, Yemen. The world needs no more bombs. It needs no more war. It needs no more hatred. It needs medical care. It needs love. As doctors, we're devoted to health care. And that's what the world needs, is love and humanity. What's happening in so many places, especially Gaza, is a bellwether for our future. If we allow this to continue, breaking every law and norm that was put into place after World War II, these terrible things are going to come home to us who are not yet quite experiencing them. We're already seeing it on the streets of America with crackdowns on immigrants, and the same weapons that have been used against Palestinians for decades are starting to be used here. We've got to say no to this now, return to our humanity. Please, in the name of all that's good, join us.
Thank you, John.
My name is Anthony Aguilar. I'm a retired U.S. Army officer, Green Beret. As Sudan bleeds and the Congo burns and Gaza starves, our Congress pat themselves on the back and celebrate a 43-day government shutdown while they ignore what's happening in the world and ignore what's happening in America. Our legacy media that surround us here, Fox News, ABC, NBC, ignore the truth and refuse to report the truth. We've come to Congress today to talk to members of the House and of the Senate to bear witness to what's happening in Gaza. Many of us have been there. Many of us know doctors that are there. The United States needs to stop providing Israel bombs. 90% of the housing in Gaza is destroyed. Every mosque, every school, every house, every playground, every hospital has been destroyed by an American bomb. An American bomb that our Congress continues to authorize and give to an apartheid regime. It's time to stop the bombs, block the bombs, allow food, allow humanitarian aid, and allow people to live. Because what's happening in Gaza will soon be happening here. It's already happening on our streets, and it's time for the American people to take the power back.
Thank you, John.
Hi, I'm Sherrod Wertheimer. I'm a medical student here in Washington, D.C. And I'm here today joined by some other medical students and all of the amazing Doctors Against Genocide members, because it is heartbreaking as a medical student who, along with all of the other students, spend hours and hours of our lives learning how to heal people, learning how to cure those who are sick and injured, and how to promote public health. We are sacrificing years of our lives to become doctors and investing hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so it is so inconceivable that our government is spending billions of dollars to bomb hospitals in other countries, to buy bombs that are killing children in tents, and that we are just letting this happen. And also now cutting healthcare for people here in this country too. So my call to everyone who's watching this is, and especially any medical students, is that this issue is so important for us to stand up and speak about, because this issue is about universal human rights. This is about every person, every child's right to have medical care, to be able to live and prosper. And if we don't stand up for this, then we are going against the very oath that we are trying to live up to, which is to do no harm. So thank you, and please, stand up in whatever way you can for ending genocide wherever it is.
Thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Nidal Jabour. I'm a Palestinian American doctor from Michigan. We are with the group Doctors Against Genocide here in DC to talk to our elected officials about the situation that's going on in Gaza, in Sudan, in Congo, wherever there is genocide, wherever there are babies who are starving to death and freezing in their tents. So it is cold here. Despite we all have coats, we all have homes, we all have heat. We cannot imagine how the situation is now in Gaza for the poor babies, their mothers, their families, who are being flooded in their tents, who are freezing to death, who are being starved for 2 years on our watch. This message is to all our elected officials, and especially to President Trump. President Trump, you are priding yourself that you made the ceasefire and you are making peace, and you put yourself at the head of the board of peace. What kind of peace, what kind of legacy are you going to have when your peace is including the continued bombing of babies today? More than 20 innocent civilians were killed today in Gaza. That's happening under your name, under your watch. What kind of peace are you promising us where babies and children are flooding and freezing to death in their tents, where they are starving to death? What kind of peace are you going to earn the Nobel Peace Prize for when hospitals still not functioning, doctors don't have the medications, the anesthesia, the logistics to take care of the victims? This is not a matter of convenience. This is not a matter of we will have time to get there. Every minute means lives lost, means more babies are going to starve and freeze to death, means more injured people who need to be evacuated for treatment are losing their lives every day, meaning that you promised no annexation of the West Bank, but the settlers continue to kill, to steal, to evict, to demolish homes. What kind of peace, what kind of country we have when an American citizen, a 16-year-old Mahmoud Ibrahim, is being detained and tortured and starved in Israel for the last 8 months without charges? We demand an immediate, unlimited humanitarian aid into Gaza with no conditions. It should not be conditional on Israeli approval. We demand the immediate release of Mahmoud Ibrahim. We demand the immediate sanctions on Israel, on the settlers, and to make no annexation policy as an actual tangible policy, not just an empty statement. Thank you, everyone.
Can you talk a little bit more about, as doctors, what you're most concerned about medically coming up in the next couple of months with winter coming on, and given the conditions that are already there?
For that, as doctors, what's going to happen in Gaza because of the cold winter black thing? Anyone wants to volunteer? No. So as doctors, healthcare workers, we know firsthand what hypothermia can do to a child, especially if they are starved, especially if they lack the immunizations, especially they have been going through the genocide for 2 years. We are sounding the alarm that this coming winter that already started in Gaza in the last week is going to be a winter of mass death, not because of a natural disaster, but because of a man-made blockade on every essential basic needs for humanity in the people of Gaza. That includes real food, real humanitarian aid, real shelter that is suitable for the winter to protect these fragile lives and fragile civilians who have been starved by our tax money and our complicity for 2 years. That means the immediate allowing all kinds of aid going into Gaza, opening all the crossings immediately. It should not be subjected to phases here and phases there. It should not be subjected to Israel approval. This is about life, about saving lives. And we as doctors who deal with these people every day, we know people on the ground, we know how much it means for them. We know people who have been wounded, more than 16,000 people who have been wounded. They need immediate evacuation now, otherwise they are losing their lives. We know many of these wounded people now, with their open wounds for 2 years, are having their wounds in the mud, in the flooding, which making a catastrophic situation even worse. It is a matter of top emergency. It's the most or the highest public health emergency unfolding in Gaza. And again, it is a man-made, it is engineered, it is not natural. Everything they need, all the aid, all the tents, all the medications is there few miles away from the border. We as doctors, as healthcare workers, as Americans, as people of conscience cannot stay silent and watch this mass death winter unfold in front of our eyes. Please act now. Do everything you can as human beings, as Americans, as healthcare workers, as American medical associations, as elected officials, as Trump administration. This is all happening on all of our watch, and we cannot be silent. History will not forget. Thank you.